Welcome back. This is the Signature Morning here on Signature TV. And so, I just want to ask you this question. How are you parenting these days? I mean, I can only imagine how difficult it is because every single time you go to the market and come back, there's this usual joy that comes with you're back from the market, and if you have kids at home, they are excited that the extra monies that you may have saved off from the things that you have bought would, go to buy them some biscuits, some fruits, some groundnuts. It's just something to munch on, at least for somebody who has just come back from the market. But these days it's different. The kids are even complaining. I think they are even noticing much more than even the parents, because these days nobody goes to the market and come back without frowning, without getting angry with the situation that they found themselves. Apparently, maybe only those who are politicians that go to the market and come back and they're excited, but everything changes per time. Anyways, we're going to be discussing parenting in these era. How are you parenting, and how good parenting is it with the economic times that we are in right now? We have with us live in the studio Chief Felix Nweze. He's a clinical psychologist and social worker. Good to have you. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's difficult, really, these days. There's no gainsaying it. I mean, the first question wouldn't be how difficult, but the question would be, how do you think the parents are adjusting? Are they really adjusting? Is it telling on their pocket? And do you think that there's pressure on parenting these days and times?
Well, the answer is straightforward, yes. But before then, what actually is parenting? And how do we practice parenting? Of course, in a layman language, parenting is the process of bringing up a child from childhood to adulthood. And within this period, there are things expected parents to do. And those things expect parents to do are those things that will carry a child from infancy to adulthood. And whichever one you establish at this point becomes a system for that child, becomes a starting point for that child, and becomes almost a personality of that child. And therefore we have kinds of parenting, and each of these kinds of parenting goes with some psychological issues. We have what is called authoritative parenting. And when you talk of authoritative parenting, you are talking of parents who have high warmth, who have high social receptiveness for the children, and the high control. So mark the two words. They have high warmth, they have high control. And this goes a long way to set out principles, structures, and boundaries. And at the same time, give the children encouragement and the social support. Now, children who are parented from this kind of environment have what we call self-esteem, high self-esteem, have what we call confidence, have what we call assertiveness. So you find out if you have a wrong pattern of parenting, we have a wrong person produced as an adult. And then the other one is authoritarian. The authoritarian kind of parenting are low in warmth, but high in control. Their own goes with rod and the stick. So they set out rules. So if you fail that rule, it is discipline by punishment. So children who are from such family, you see them having fear of making mistakes. And when a child is in that situation, of course, he or she can make mistake.
Absolutely.
So people from that kind of environment have low self-esteem. They find it difficult to express themselves. They find it difficult to even, express their feelings. They're afraid. They live a kind of reserved life. And it is easy to notice. And then we have another one we can say is permissive kind of parenting. They are high in supporting the children, that is very high in warmth, but very low in control. They are interested in making the children happy. They are interested in giving the children all they want, but they are not interested in setting boundaries, in discipline. So, children who are from this environment can be deviant as adults. And because they're over pampered. And when those environment is not there, you see them taking alternative. And that alternative could be smoking, indulging in illicit kind of activities. And you can see some of these among the what you said, among the politicians' children. Because the money is there, everything is there, they're doing what they like. The parents is not after that, the parents is after their happiness. So if the money is no longer there, they become drug barons, they become drug addicts. So, and what is the implication? The society will suffer. So any type of this parenting style that you adopt, be rest assured that it's producing somebody. And that person is coming to the society to produce something. So we should be careful the kind of one we use. And if I go back to the authoritarian kind of parenting, you see those kind of practice among our pastors, our religious leaders. I don't want my child to associate with this. I don't want my child to be associated with this person. I don't want my child to go to this person. Just like what I'm seeing here now. So that kind of father is wrong. Because this child will be afraid of you. When you're coming back, he will just run away. So that is kind of authoritarian kind of parenting. So bringing it to what you asked, whether it is hard, this time parenting. The economy, why I just x-ray all this is where I'm going now. The economy has made almost every parent to be authoritarian. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it is hard. Because the economy is hard, because the situation is bad, every parent is almost trying to rescue himself by being authoritarian. And in the nearest future, it will come back to the society, because you are producing a generation that cannot express themselves. You are producing a generation that will not have confidence in themselves. Even though they're going to school, yes. But at the end of the day, they produce nothing, because they don't trust themselves. They don't carry themselves. They don't have self-esteem. They don't have that assertiveness. So that is what the economy, the harsh economy, the bad economy is turning parenting to be. So most 80 or 90% of parents are coming back from market with their faces frown. And as you said, children are noticing it now. Now, before now, when our father or our mother will be coming back, we'll be happy that the mother is coming back. In fact, any day, like in our local village, any day that is our market, we will be more good than any other days, because we expect something from our mother when she's coming back from market. All right? So, but if you take 10,000-20,000 naira to market, you will not be able to buy what we cook, a pot of soup. Talk more of buying a biscuit for a child at home. And if that child frown because of that, you become angry. So that's why I said the economy is turning
Okay.
parents to
Become
authoritarian parenting style, and it's not good.
So, but what about those who combine it?
Yeah, there are mixed ones, and there are none of this parenting style can be exclusive. There are people who combines all, and it is called mixed parenting. You maintain boundaries. You give the children emotional support. You also be a little strict that this can be done and it shouldn't be done, as long as it is morally good. All right, and at the same time, maintain their happiness. You know, give them what they want. See, what the problem is, when parents is saying, I suffered and I don't want my child to suffer. It's a wrong statement.
Is it?
Yes. I suffered, I don't want my children to suffer. Oh, come on. If you build your own house and that of your children, when he comes up, what is he going to do? Is he going to build heaven?
He'll sell the house.
He will sell the house. If you buy your own car, buy his own car and pack it. By the time he comes up, that car has become an outdated car and he will sell it. You see, so the best thing you need to do is to give them what they need at the material time. And give them trained. When I mean trained, it could be skilled. It could be education. You know, these days, in fact, for a long time, we concentrated on certificate scale. And I know in Igbo culture, before now, there are what we call entrepreneurship, Igbo Dibo. And I'm happy. About 10 years ago, the education system incorporated it. But we only incorporated the theoretical part of it and leave the practical part of it. And that is what gave birth to keke rider and okada ride everywhere. So there is no Igbo Dibe again. There is no entrepreneurship again. You see, I think we should go back to our roots.
It's quite interesting. I mean, the way you put it. Thank you so much for that background. But then, what for you are the major challenges in parenting in today's fast-paced digital world? I mean, we're in that digital stage where there's largely 2-3 things you can do without trying to use online tools to achieve them. So, what are the challenges? Are the challenges now, much more difficult than it used to be?
I'm seeing a generation that will not even have any kind of parenting style. I'm seeing a generation that may not know what being a mother, a father means. I'm seeing a generation that will turn the society upside down. Why?
I mean, but shouldn't parenting be easier with a digital stage or the digital age?
Anything that is good is equally bad. You see, the world, yes, has become a global village. That I can emulate what somebody in Japan is doing right from here. Now, the problem now is the current parents are not guiding the children. They should be guided. They should make understand there are sites you don't need to go at this age. You should watch what your child is doing. Yeah, they say it's Gen Z. Do you know what the meaning of Gen Z? Generation Zero. So that they are the last generation, right? That's why they say Gen Z. So, do you watch what they're doing? Are you just interested that your child can operate a laptop and a phone as a wizard? Is that all that gives you joy? at what age, at what point do you get into what he or she is doing? Now, the annoying part of it is that the current parents are equally carried away by the system. They come to a kitchen to cook, and before they're following the cooking whatever online. Mm-hmm. If you want to cook omono soup, or you man who wrote that thing doesn't know what is omono soup. Okay, generally he will write about soup. You put water. He will go and bring water and put. You see, is it not a problem that the technology has caused? Because we are not using it in the right direction. Then look at our dressing. Sometimes I shed tears when I see these mothers, even fathers. A father will wear almost boxers and take his or her child to shopping mall. And when that child grew up, what do you think he will do? He will wear something worse than what do you call it? And when you look at the mother, oh come on! And sometimes when you want to tell these people, she will tell you, this is what I like my child to wear. Go to some churches, they have banned wearing sleeveless hand clothes to church, or some kind of rubbish dressing. You see, I continue asking myself, this woman, this man, who is dressing like this, is she or is he aware that he has children that is looking up to him or her? Then you come back to your house, you are smoking cigarettes, you are smoking it in front of your children, and tomorrow they will smoke more than cigarettes. And when they start smoking what is more than cigarettes, you will start telling them that it's not good, because they learned it from somewhere. It's not more that they will smoke what you smoke.
Absolutely.
They can smoke something bigger than your own. You get the point?
Right.
So the digital parenting, I wouldn't say is not working, but it should work within the cultural context. That is the only way it will be valuable. If we apply it outside our cultural environment, then you are bringing in something foreign that may not work for us. How would you see a child that wake up in the morning and come to you as a father and say, I'm hungry? What is he supposed to do? Daddy, good morning. Right? And then this Gen Z whatever has that kind of child. When it comes to, we just say, boy. Is that greeting? We have never taught this guy how to greet. And when he grew up, when he see another person, we say, bros. I don't know where we are heading to. You see, the technology is not bad. Digitizing everything is not bad. Even digitizing our food is not bad. But let's apply wisdom. Let's apply our cultural value. That is most important. Don't just look at somebody who is there that is going to swimming pool and wear swimming trunk. Then you that is going to church, you will put on swimming trunk to church. That's why I say we should apply wisdom and do it within our cultural value.
Absolutely. I also wanted to ask what you think are the sources of psychological stress for parents these days.
Of course, there are many. One of such is economic situation. Once the economy is biting hard on the parents, everything will change. Everything will change. I remember one song in my place that the old people then we used to sing. They will sing, "Mba na-echange ego, onye ka mmanya buru n'ụzọ." You know what it means? Before then, everybody is happy. If you drink, you can fall up along the roadside. But during that time, they are changing money. Nobody has money again. They are asking the Kamanya So nobody got drunk. Some things became hard. So once the economy is not good, every system we go down. Every system will go down. So economic stress, economic hardship is one major source of bad parenting. And then again, moral decadence. Our value has gone down. The system recognizes, or rather the system measures integrity on how much you have, how worthy. So integrity is, money has become the yardstick to measure integrity. It's not supposed to be so. And that is why you can see somebody that is a rogue, and then he will get one chieftaincy title from his place anywhere. And I'm happy government has started putting some policies in place. Tell us what this person has done. Tell us about this person before you do that. So our value is going down. We must respect integrity. We must place integrity first. We must recognize integrity. We must reward integrity. Am I aware that many of us are aware of a woman that picked up how many millions of naira about 3 years ago at either Obet or where, and was looking for the owner. Went to media house, hand over the money. Eventually the person collected the money. Government rewarded that woman, I think, with 3 million naira. That is good. But must everything be monetary reward?
Not actually.
You see, there are things that should be done. People will know. That woman must have finished that 3 million by now.
Absolutely.
But if something more sustainable was given, every time that woman will look at that thing and say, this is what I have done. But, can't a street be named after that woman? For instance. Just know what I mean? So these are things I think we need to the value monetary attachment and uphold integrity on the basis of moral.
Right. What kind of interventions, or societal intervention, do you think that can be applied in order to ease parental stress?
Yeah, we have a structured environment, right from federal to states, state to local governments to communities. And every urban area belongs to the community.
Absolutely.
And in this community, we have a macro government. Either you call it traditional council or call it town union. How far are they upholding these values? It is important. Then again, the government should, as a matter of necessity, do their part. If you tell us that it is A, let it be A. Don't tell us that it is A and it become A, B, C, D. Okay? Because if you say that it is A and is A, B, C, D, then people around you will think that is how the society will be run. So the government should try and put in place things that will encourage people to be good. I'm sure that when we talk of this Michael Okpara in Enugu, I think everybody will say one or two things that gave birth to that square, naming after Michael Okpara. right? And I'm sure that Michael Papa is no longer alive, but his name is still alive. In Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, I think that stadium was named because of what he did. Today he's no one there, but his name is still alive. There are policies that we encourage people to do good. There are policies we encourage people to do bad. Therefore, government should look at those policies that will encourage people to be good. And then at the same time, the society on their own should look at the devices, the ills, the vices, the moral decadence that is in the society, and uphold it. That this is not good. Take for instance, before now, you don't take a child to beg on the street, and any Igbo adult man or woman don't beg on the street. But go to Holy Ghost today and see how many of them that are there. And to worsen it, you carry a baby, a day-old baby, and be begging. That's why I say that everybody comes from a community and come from a family. Before now, no woman that is kindred we allow their own person to be seen, even as a mad person on the street. That is why they say that time, because you hardly see somebody who is mentally ill to be in the market, to be in the streets, because the kindred, the woman, we make sure they do the needful. So the community, the states, all our system must come together to uphold our value. We have value, and that value is what is causing the problem. If we go back to our value, I think things will gradually come back to itself.
All right, let's leave it there. We want to say a very big thank you for your insights on this particular topic. It's quite an eye-opener, and we hope that some of what you have posited here will be taken very seriously, especially with those who are looking to ease the stress that comes with today's parenting. Many thanks for your time, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.